We have a minute left, and I already took melatonin.
All right. Good evening, Twitch chat. Why do I... It's a good question that doesn't currently have an answer. Why do I have a dog on my lap? Say hi to the stream, Miles.
Hello!
No, you don't want to say hi to stream? Okay, that's okay. You're muddy and you're getting mud all over my pants. I should have thought about that. I should have wiped you down first. We just got back from our walk.
I just realized I don't have Twitter on my desktop computer.
Oh yeah, I should tweet out that we're live.
I can't retweet any tweets.
That's fine. You already retweeted us once. No Jacqueline today, so it's just me and Mac. We're gonna go see what's behind door number 7.
Yeah. I do have news, which is that my DS copy of 999 did come in the mail.
Very nice.
And it did include so I bought it off of eBay from somebody who had it and was not keeping it anymore. And they did write a note to me.
Yeah, what was the note?
A handwritten note on the little, shipping slip thing that said, "This is one of my favorite games. I really hope you enjoy it."
Aw, that's really sweet.
And then wrote thank you in Japanese and signed it, which I thought was very sweet. I was like, this is so nice.
That's really nice. It's like ideal buying a game off of eBay.
Yeah. And then I had to double check and make sure that my DS was working because it didn't turn on. And it turns out the battery died because my DS is 15 years old and hasn't been touched in a very long time. So I charged it and it did turn on, and I had to completely run through setup again. Which was very funny. So I had to set the date and the time and my nickname and all of that sort of stuff. But it did work. And it registered the game, so we're all good.
Nice. Alright, looks like we're maybe a little bit back from where we left off. I think we're pre-choosing a door, so let's jump ahead and pick that door number 7. Because, yeah, this is us realizing we can't go through the same door as June.
Yes.
Because Ace knocked himself out. So we're just going to zoom ahead until... There we go.
Let me
skip ahead.
Put
Meow.
Twitch over in my other monitor so that I can see.
Oh, yep. Here we go.
I have the game open.
Alright, I'm gonna take us
Right,
out.
so we're going through door 7 with
7,
right?
7 and Clover.
Okay. So we do get to hang out with Clover.
Yep, no matter whether we choose door 7 or door 8, we go with Clover.
Sick.
Alright, let's do this!
Hurry!
I figure I can do narration in 7, you can do Clover and Junpei.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alright, the moment they did, their bracelets beeped. Detonators in the bracelets had been activated. Junpei stepped forward to follow them. But as he was about to step over the threshold, he stopped. He looked to his right, towards door 8. June stood there, a mirror image of Junpei. She turned and looked at him. Their eyes met. They nodded.
June.
Jumpy. Their farewell took
It's
almost
so weird
1.5
not having
seconds.
Jacqueline's.
I know.
So weird.
I can't nearly do June the justice that Jacqueline does. What the hell are you doing, Junpei?
Don't worry about it.
Someone took hold of Junpei's arms and hauled him bodily through the door. He heard the sound of the number door slam shut behind him. His bracelet gave a cold electronic beep. Come on, only 81 seconds left. No time to waste, fuckers. Let's get moving. 7 led the way. Junpei and Clover followed him as fast as they could. After what seemed like far more than 81 seconds, they reached the end of the hall.
Look, the door on the left. I can see the dead.
There was no time to rest or catch their breath. All three slammed their hands in quick succession over the scanner panel on the dead.
And then we're immediately going to collapse on the ground. Because we sprinted towards this.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of cardio practice.
I can't do two people's panting, I'm sorry. I'm not that talented.
You just need a loop pedal?
That's true. I don't have one of those. Hi, Runa.
Good evening, chatters. Good to have you here.
Good evening, the rest of chat. Seraph and whoever else might be here who's lurking. Lurkers, do not feel like you have to say hello to us. You are of course always welcome. No matter what. If you chat, if you don't chat, we love you anyway.
Yep, we love you anyway. I have lurked in many a Twitch chat.
I lurk in almost every Twitch chat I'm in.
Honestly, in any chat of more than 100 people, I never say anything because there's too many people talking. And I don't understand why anyone... I truly do not understand how chats of over 1,000 people function. I don't know what anyone gets.
That's CJ.
There's my... That's either a false alarm or that's my wife coming home. Actually, I think you can even see him right through my camera because I have my door open. You can see him standing on the rocking chair. If you zoom way in. Miles! He got a shark toy today as large as he is.
Oh.
And he managed to completely tear the fluff out of it.
Today?
Uh-huh. We had friends over, and we hadn't been able to give him a walk before friends came over, so we needed something for him to do.
Oh,
So he just spent a good hour shredding away.
Okay, so it was sacrificed for a good cause.
Uh-huh. Let's see. I don't think I can zoom in on the dog right now because he's running around, and there's only a small window that you can actually see him through. Come here, buddy. Come say hi to chat. Come here, buddy. Come on. You can see him peeking right behind my chair. Coming? All the way? You can do it. You don't want to? You're feeling shy?
Oh yeah, I believe that dogs can do that. I'm just surprised that... sorry,
are we playing now?
It's very much a damn, you just got that toy, huh?
He's very good at destroying. He's 2 years old, so he's a rowdy teenager.
Oh yeah, he's a baby.
He's not a baby anymore. He was much more of a baby when we got him than we expected.
All dogs are baby.
Yeah, I guess.
See, Miles agrees with me.
Yeah, Miles agrees with you. But also he's a big, tough, strong dog. Let's see, CJ and I have built up a good amount of Miles lore. He went to dog college.
He went to dog college.
He majored in snuggling with a minor in biting. He is wanted in several states and has open warrants out. So, we gotta hope we don't ever get pulled over with him in the car.
Yeah,
because
crossed.
he's committed many crimes. Yeah. Mostly Grand Theft Auto.
Yes. Understandable.
He always offers to rob banks. He really needs to go to law school and live up to his namesake.
Yeah, that's why they won't let him open bank account, right? Because he's robbed too many banks. They won't. There's flags out for him at a million banks.
Yeah. All right, let's play our game. I think the dog has stopped barking because that was clearly not CJ. That was just someone he thought was CJ. We have neighbors, and they need lots of barkings. All right. It stopped. We lived. We lived. His smile seemed forced and a little crooked. This is the second time we've gone through one of these numbered doors, but never get used to it.
It's the second time we've gone through the door, Seven. I don't think you should be used to it.
He stood up straight, no longer out of breath, wiped some sweat from his head and neck. Clover smirked at him.
I would have thought a guy your size would have bigger balls than that.
What the hell did you say? Say it again, I dare you!
You have no...
You little... You wanna die?
I'd like to see you try. Ooh, Cloverlord?
You fucking brat. Alright, let's go.
Hey, calm down, guys. This isn't the time for, this. It's not gonna do us any good.
I wanted to fight her.
Gosh.
Junpei sighed. Sometimes he wondered if the doors and the puzzles were really the greatest challenges they faced. Ooh,
No.
Think about it.
Wait here for a minute, alright? I'm gonna go see if there's any other doors.
They didn't respond, but Junpei wasn't in the mood for a conversation anyway.
Yeah, he had to let his girlfriend go through a different door.
Yeah, it's very sad. It's very hard.
I'm not very happy right now, guys.
Anyway, oh yes, People Are the Greatest Challenge just reminded me of one of my favorite death game pieces of media, which is the movie Cube. Have you seen the movie Cube?
No, I haven't.
It's very much a classic death game setup of people wake up in a cube full of saw traps, where like you go from, like you're in a bunch of cubic rooms that all connect to each other, and they just kind of explore around trying to find their way out and try to figure out like how did we end up here. As tensions begin to rise, and you inevitably get the betrayals and stuff, and that people end up being far worse to each other than the traps are. I also love that the mild spoilers for Cube, you never get a clear answer for why it exists. I think they made a sequel where they explained it, but like the first movie on its own, like you get a good like kind of metaphorical explanation for what happened, or like vague explanation, but you don't ever get specifics of like, oh, it was aliens, or oh, it was an evil madman experiment or something.
I think it's better to have something like that never be fully explained anyway. Like, sorry, I'm gonna bring up the ending of Inception, but it's because I was thinking about it again recently. Where it's like, actually, I think that movie is better if you don't explain everything.
Yeah. Nine of Neil's in chat says that it's pretty clear why the cube exists, and I might just be misremembering a thing. But
well, that's okay. I don't need
I will
to know why
happily allow the dissent in chat. Highly recommend Cube if you want a good death game. There's a Miles. There he is. Yeah, hi, buddy. Do you want to do any of the voices?
Woof. That's 7.
Oh. Junpei wasn't in the mood for conversation. Oh.
We just came through this door, and of course it's shut tight. There's a short hallway on the left here, and an iron wall. I doubt I can get through it.
He gave up and returned to 7, who was tapping lightly on the wooden door.
Where's Clover?
This door's only the only option we got left, right?
Yeah, looks like it. Hey, something's written on the door, on that iron plate.
It says, operating room. It's very true, Nine of Neils. If this thing's telling the truth, there could be body parts inside here.
Oh, this is probably not going to be pleasant.
Something about it made Junpei feel nervous. Well, no point standing around. Might as well go in and see what's waiting for us. 7 grabbed the brass knob and slowly opened the door. I just got a text from CJ that she's almost home, so I am going to go shut the dog out of the office.
We'll probably still hear Miles yelling.
Oh, of course you will.
Yeah.
But at least he will be contained. So 1 sec.
That's true. How's everybody in chat doing tonight? I'm just sitting here crocheting so that I have something to do with my hands. We'll see if I finish this blanket this year. The answer's probably not, but you know. Oh. Nine of Needles, I feel you. I am also a little eepy. Not so eepy that I can't enjoy a good escape room before I go to bed. Hell yeah, we love a video game project. Sounds great. Looking forward to hearing more about it later.
Once you're settled, will you bring me my food?
Okay, yeah, that's fair, actually. That's fair.
Alright. Let's see. What's been happening in chat? Yes, Miles is very loud.
I asked how everyone was doing.
Oh, yeah.
Telling you about their nights. Sarah, if I gotta tune into Hyrule Homies at some point. I gotta go see my good friends Jay and Riley play some Zelda.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a good time.
Ugh.
Let's see. I was supposed to play my Good Society game today, but I was too sleepy, so we just hung out and chatted for like 3 hours.
We just finished watching Kamen Rider Double.
Nice.
Which my first time seeing it, Runa's first time seeing it. Rachel got to enjoy me screaming for about 5 hours straight. It was great. It was a good time.
Let's see. But yeah, I'm tired because I went out the last 2 evenings to go play Flesh and Blood, which is definitely my card game of choice right now, but just existing in a loud room for several hours is exhausting.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially Friday night with Friday Night Magic going on, it gets real loud in the store.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But what's really nice with Flesh and Blood is over the last year that I've been playing, the community has very slowly grown. We've gone from like 6 people or so at most events to like 12 people or so at most events, which is a good number.
That is a very good number.
Of course, I got one friend into it who got really, really into it, and now he's like going to go to the national tournament in a couple months.
Oh, wow.
Meanwhile, I'm over here like being solidly mediocre at the game. Having fun.
Yeah, that's me with any game. After Extra Life, Andrew and Wheels taught me how to play Magic. And I'm like, yeah, I can only play this like very, very sparingly because I know that I am just going to be kind of middling at this.
See, my solution was to just choose a really bad deck and make that my focus so that when I lose, it's like, well, that was a bad matchup for me in the first place.
Yeah.
And it makes every win very sweet. All right, onwards to escape room.
Onwards to escape room.
What's wrong, Junpei?
Nothing. It's not anything that you should worry about.
A chill snaked its way down Junpei's spine.
Let's just go.
Quickly, he gathered what courage he could, and he took the first step into the room. 7 followed, with Clover right behind them.
Huh?
Part of the room just past the door was obscured by a screen. The hell is this?
It's an operating room. Why don't we take a look?
Clover! Clover's curiosity got the better of her, and she darted past Junpei to peer around the screen.
Don't know what that was.
Yeah? That's my interpretation. Her scream nearly blew out Junpei's eardrums, so neither of us was loud enough.
If I was any louder, my Discord would clip me out.
He and 7 ran to Clover to see what had frightened her.
Hey, what's wrong?
They rounded the screen and the cause of her outburst was immediately clear. What the hell is this?
Is this a corpse? No, it is a mannequin.
It was something that looked kind of like a human, lying in some sort of bed. No, not a bed.
It has ball joints.
An operating table. The table sat on a rusty steel lift. A cluster of bright operating lights shone down on it from the ceiling. Alright, we should probably check it out.
Yeah.
They approached slowly. As they approached closer, it became clear that it wasn't a body at all.
Oh my god, do we have to play Operation? What the hell? That's just a huge doll or something. Doll?
Clover did not look terribly comforted. Slowly, she approached the operating table and looked as intently as possible, as far away from the thing as possible, at the thing.
I love the fucking bolded the thing. Yeah, this is just a dog. It will also eat you.
Junpei can see her relax.
Spoilers for the first 10 minutes of the thing. You're right, it's only a doll. Man, it really scared me.
She heaved a great sigh of relief, wiped a few drops of sweat from her forehead. Seven
I think
smirked.
that's fair.
Guess it would have been weird if you had actually had any balls.
Wow, fuck off, Seven! Shut it! Don't you start with me! Okay, I'm not about casual fat phobia, but whatever.
Yeah.
This game was made in 2000 something.
Oh, what's this? You want a piece of me, short stuff?
Yeah, bring it on, you whale!
Guys!
I don't spend money. Seven voice, I don't spend money on gacha games.
I'm not... You're right, I'm a mammal, but you're way off on everything else there.
Hey, guys, not again, okay? Seriously, knock it off. Jeez, not even Lotus and Santa as bad as you two.
I want to beat up this small woman.
She is a child.
Does she have a canonical age? What's her canonical age? She's got to be, like, later teens, I want to say?
Later teens, which still counts. She's not a full adult.
Oh, yeah, no. Jeez. 15? Yeah, that sounds right.
15 does sound right.
Very much a child.
In fairness, when we first started playing, I thought she was like 11, so...
Yep. Given the game and the art style and the character design, she could be anywhere, you know, from 8 to 25, you know?
Yeah.
We just have to trust what the game tells us. 18? Yeah, that sounds more right. That's what Carrick says in chat.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I think we had this conversation back at the end of the last route where we said that she was 18, and I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah, she's 18, but she's more got, like, the emotional maturity of, like, a 15-year-old. I mean, Seven's not doing much better, and he's, you know, probably at least 40.
God. Anyway, he looks like he's got something the two of you could stand to have a little more of. That's funny. That's a funny joke. I love that. I'm talking about heart.
I think Junpei's strategy here is to just turn them both on him.
That's true. Yeah. Having a girl look young when she's actually older is not the worst thing in the world.
Huh? Oh, you mean that hole in his chest?
Yes. Now, I know that I don't know about Seven's amnesia in this route, but also, did you forget human anatomy, too?
I thought the heart was on the other side, so I thought that was maybe like a lung or something.
Oh, okay.
It was still a little higher than the normal for a human body, but from the shape of the organ, there could be no doubt it was a heart.
Why would there be a heart in a doll? I don't think it's a doll. You think it's maybe like a medical mannequin or something?
Or maybe it's got more, you know, personal uses.
Hilarious!
Seven's grin was a little bit more than perverted. Thank you.
Actually, very funny.
Thanks, Seven. Love it when my, sex doll has removable organs. That's great. That's great. I love that.
I love when I play Operation with my sex doll. Anyway, how about we take a look around this place? Let's go. This is an escape room. Did we forget that this is an escape room? I didn't forget that this is an escape room. Okay.
Sure thing. Now we gotta seek a way out.
Here we go. which means I can put down this crochet for a second.
Okay, I have a solution for what you do with the multi-purpose mannequin, which is you play strip operation.
Oh,
I solved it. I solved the puzzle.
Awful. Ah, shit. Sorry.
All good?
I went to go pick up another tiny ball of yarn that dropped, and for like the 4th time today, dug the arm of the chair directly into my chest and couldn't reach what was on the floor. So I'm like, oh my god, I can't reach and I'm in pain. I hate this.
You know what? I would take that over a badly... I would take that... One's that? I just put a whole piece of ginger into my mouth.
Yeah,
I thought it was a piece of chicken and it was just an entire clove of ginger. Really not that bad. Anyway, an operating table. I gotta bring back Kaizo and cocktails at some point.
Do you think old operating tables looked like this?
No clue.
No idea. These dolls are really kind of creepy, you know.
Stream stuttering. Let's see what it does look like. I have 2% drop frames right now, so there would be a little bit of a stutter. Looks like I'm green now on my connection, so I think I just had a little connection drop. Let me know if it keeps happening.
I didn't see stutters on my end, but also I wasn't super paying attention, so...
Hey, it said something here. John?
You think that's this doll's name?
Maybe.
This thing is creepy.
What was on the bed?
Hey, I wonder what this thing is. It says KG on the display.
Think maybe it's the scale? Some sort of lid on this thing.
Why don't you try opening it?
Nope, no handle. Can't get under it with my nails either. A white cloth. Alright, I think that's everything here. Let's just check the doll one more time.
Apparently, his name is John.
Ooh, a table full of things.
So many things. They use these for surgery, right? Let's see, syringes. There's a sort of scissor-ish thingy.
Kosher forceps. Oh, good.
Kosher forceps. Are those scissors? They look kind of funny.
Nah, that's probably a pair of kosher forceps. Surgeons use them during operations. They can hold blood vessels shut, keep tissues out of the way. You can use it to pull stuff out of small holes or something like that. Just, you can't ever use it to operate on a pig.
Wait, oh. That took me a second.
Uh-huh.
God, very funny.
Recently in a role-playing game, my character was having lunch with another character, and he took me to a local deli. And, they offered meat sandwiches and cheese sandwiches. And so I ordered one of each and started mixing them, not realizing that this was a kosher deli that they had signaled quite strongly, but I had not picked up, and they hadn't explicitly said.
Oh no!
And so I just horribly embarrassed myself in character. It was great. It was great.
Hilarious.
Alright, I think that's the only surgical tool we get here. Ah! Jump scare!
Jesus. Another medical mannequin?
From the looks of it, this one's a chick.
She has a name too.
Lucy. Poor thing. Looks like Miss Lucy only has an arm and a head and a left arm.
Maybe we're supposed to gather all her parts?
There's some kind of device attached to the bed. It says KG on the panel.
Is this a scale? Yes, we established this last time, Junpei. Keep up.
This thing has got short iron legs.
Maybe it's a heater.
Nothing inside of it.
Nothing inside it. Maybe you're supposed to heat something like that gauze to kill the bacteria? There's a boiling thingy over there. There's nothing on the lid or in the drawers.
Torso.
Ew, that's gross.
This is the chest. The woman's chest. Am I gonna say something gross? Let's find out. The heart's gone, but it's pretty hot.
If that kind of thing turns you on, Seven, you're a real creepo.
Fair enough. Lots of different kinds of medication. It's hard to tell them apart.
The drawer is empty.
Yep.
Nothing there.
Yep. We can sneak around the curtain. Actually, first I want to try... Oh, there's even another spot here. First I want to just try to use our forceps on the mannequin. Nope.
John is just lying there.
He's just lying there. What's up, guy?
Hey, bud.
Nope, I guess we just stole your organs. Oh, that's what we needed the forceps for, I guess.
So we took the organ thingy out of the chest thingy.
The lung, not an organ thingy.
Huh? Now you're being pedantic?
You're right. What's Seven grabbing it for? It's just a fake organ. Hey, feels like there's something in there.
You think we can cut through the rubber part?
Alright, we need scissors.
Or gone?
Yeah, it's gone, organ. It's gone, Clover. What? Alright. There's scissors. Or scalpel.
Let's try cutting this organ with a scalpel. Oh!
It's a key!
That's not what I imagined was gonna pop out.
What did you think was gonna pop out?
I don't know. Not a key.
Found a key in an internal organ. Sounds like a movie I once saw. Get it? Get it, guys? A movie I once saw. Guys? Just a wooden partition, nothing special.
Chemical room.
Well, I imagine that's what you use the key for.
Oh, wow.
Look at us, we're speed running here. There's a note on top of the table. Iron equals 1, salt equals 2, water equals 3. Carbon dioxide equals what? Ammonia equals what? Ethanol equals what?
Oh, I know what this is a hint for. Well, I know what it means, I think.
Yeah, what do you think it means?
So iron is Fe.
Uh-huh.
Salt is NaCl, which is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Water is Two hydrogen, 1 oxygen, which is 3.
Mm-hmm.
Carbon dioxide, CO2, would also be 3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the chemical formula for ammonia off the top of my head, and also don't know the chemical formula for ethanol off the top of my head.
I'm pretty sure ammonia is NH3.
NH3? So that would be 4.
I think so. I could be wrong about that. And I think ethanol is CH4. So that'd be 5.
Which would be 5. Well, they're going to tell us because they're not going to expect you to just fucking know the chemical formulas.
I took chemistry in college.
I also took... I didn't take chemistry in college. I last took chemistry in high school, but I really like chemical formulas and the periodic table, so this is just shit that I know off the top of my head.
Yeah. Looks like there's something in that bottle. Tries pouring some into the cap.
What's that? It's bright blue. You think it's alien blood? Hilarious.
Where the hell did that come from? If it was the alien blood, it would easily eat through the cap.
Then what do you think it is, genius?
I don't know, maybe some sort of special bath soap? I don't know, is it Powerade? Could it just be blue Powerade?
What a boring guess. It looks like there's something inside that bottle.
Let's pour some more into the cap.
What's that? It's a bright red. This is red Gatorade for sure. Do you think it's blood?
Nah, blood's thicker than water.
Then what is it?
Beats me. Get it? Do you get it? Beats me. It's beet juice? No? No takers?
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
That was the PB original. I don't think that was Seven's intent there. This damn thing won't open. Is it locked?
You probably need to put in a passcode.
You can only enter 3 numbers.
Only enter 3 numbers.
Let's try it. Maybe Zero was feeling lazy on this puzzle. Nope.
It would be very funny if that was.
Worth a try.
Hey, Junpei, you think there are any slugs on this ship? What the fuck, Clover?
Hmm?
Huh? Well, if there are, I was thinking we could put salt on them.
What's she pointing at? The label states NaCl.
Yeah, see, there we go.
Salt, huh?
Do you think Seven will shrivel up if we put it on him?
I'm right here. You say something? Alright. Iron powder. How do you know it's iron?
So the label says Fe.
I don't know about that, Clover. Me, I would imagine that that a giant put it up there, and he just started saying his F, and then there'd be a phi somewhere else. We have plenty of foes on the ship. Ooh, good stuff. Let's go for a drink.
What are you talking about?
Talking about that bottle. It says C2H508, right?
Oh, okay, there we go. So.
Oh yeah, because it's an ethyl, because ethyl is just CH4.
Okay, there we go.
That's right. Also known as ethyl alcohol. Pretty much what booze is made of.
Yeah, but the thing is that ethanol is like so fucking potent that you don't want to drink it, my guy. Please don't.
Nah, I won't. I kinda don't want to go blind. be anything in there. They could be lying with their label. Yeah, let's double check. That was
C2H5OH. I don't
7,
actually
8,
have
9.
anything to write things down in front of me.
That's
so
okay. That's the
good.
only one that we didn't really know for sure. Alright, so ethanol is 9.
Something stinks.
Is it coming from this bottle? It says NH3. See, I was right about it.
You were right about it. So
Well,
that one's 4.
Well, of course it stinks. It's ammonia.
What's this?
Looks like a scan with a spray nozzle. It says CO2.
So it's a can filled with carbon dioxide.
Alright, well I think we know the code now. Because carbon dioxide would be 3, ammonia's 4, ethanol's 9. Right?
Yeah. Well, we know that, but that doesn't say, like...
We have 3 questions marks there, so I imagine those are the 3 digits we need.
I guess so.
I'm gonna
But
try
we
it
don't
at
know
least.
We don't know what order they go into.
I would assume top to bottom. See?
Oh.
We have an
okay.
arm.
Sure, I guess so. And a fake heart. This thing is super creepy.
This ain't good for the heart. An arm!
Fake right arm. It's the right arm of the body. It's kind of creepy.
Alright, looks like that's everything in here.
You think we should go back? Yeah, I think that's probably best.
Clover nodded and left. Junpei was about to follow her when he realized Seven wasn't following suit. Hmm?
Hey, Seven, what's up?
Oh, well, He looked at Junpei distractedly, then back down at the brown bottle he had cupped in his large hands.
Is that a medicine bottle?
I got curious about it. Here. In response, Seven tossed the bottle gently to Junpei. He caught it and twisted it around to read the label.
Ethylene diamine tartrate?
Yep, that's right, EDT.
What kind of a medicine is that?
It's not medicine, I think it's an industrial strength detergent.
Why would they have something like that here?
Well, probably to clean stuff up.
Clean what up?
Fuck if I know, still. Looks like it's cleaned my brain up. Junpei looked up from the bottle.
You remember something?
I think he must have come clear to us during the big group meeting about amnesia.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I remember him doing that last time too. Seven nodded slowly and spoke.
I couldn't remember if the amnesia was in the first escape room or not.
Mm-hmm. It was, but then I think when we get back as a whole group and we're like, okay, we gotta stop having secrets, he says, okay, I have amnesia.
Oh, okay.
Well, I remember a story about EDT. Happened about 50 years ago. There's this factory somewhere in America making big ol' EDT crystals. They were making it to sell as industrial strength cleaner, like I told you before. But a year after the factory started up, something strange started happening with the crystals they were building. Water molecules started attaching themselves to the EDT crystals. Made them into a sort of mutation of the original crystals. Called it a hydride. Hydrate, not hydride. Once the crystal turns into a hydrate, though, it's useless as a cleaner. The factory just had to dump the crystals. As a hydrate, they were useless. But it didn't end there. After that day, the same thing started happening in EDT factories everywhere. Even ones nowhere near that first American factory. They've been making crystals the same way.
I've heard of something like this.
With the same crystals
I've heard of something like this.
in the same environment. But now, all of a sudden, every single crystal they formed turned into a hydrate. In fact, ever since that day, no factory anywhere has been able to make a pure EDT crystal. Even EDT research done years before, they'd never gotten a hydrate. But after it happened at the first factory, it just spread. It was like, man, how do you say it?
Like the molecules were communicating with one another, transmitting in information in a way that humans couldn't perceive. This phenomena spread through the world, right?
Junpei looked up at Seven with half a smirk. Seven stared at him dumbfounded. Yep, that's what I was gonna say. But how the fuck did you know?
I heard another story kinda like that one.
When?
In the freezer.
What?
In the last escape room.
In the freezer?
Yeah, June told me.
Junpei told Seven the story he'd heard. How one day glycerin began to crystallize, and the story of the ice that wouldn't melt at room temperature. When Junpei was done, Seven looked around thoughtful, and absent-mindedly rubbed the scar on his chin. Ice that don't melt at room temperature. Huh.
I keep trying to read Seven's dialogue.
It's fine, I keep trying to read yours.
That sound familiar?
Yeah, hold up. I feel like I go and remember something. It's right there. Seven squinted. His eyes stared off into space as if he were trying to desperately to focus on something far away.
Do you know about Ice 9?
Ice 9? Ice 9, Ice 9, Ice. Suddenly Seven's eyes shot open. That's it! I remember now! The woman! She's on this boat!
What woman?
Alice!
What? Who the fuck?
Come on! The woman who won't melt at room temperature!
What?
It became clear to Seven that Junpei had no idea what the fuck he was talking about. Who doesn't love Alice? Favorite character. She's great. Definitely not one of the most egregious character designs in the series.
Oh, great. I hate to hear that. By the way, a completely unrelated PB.
Yeah.
But I have found a 5th size J crochet hook.
Mmm.
I don't know where this one came from. This might have been a prank gift from my boyfriend.
Uh-huh. That would be... Wait, crochet hooks are sized by letter? Because knitting needles are sized by number.
Crochet hooks are sized by both.
Okay.
So it's J10. So it's letter and number based on the position of the letter in the alphabet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Here's the thing. I can believe that you have a worse character design than Lotus. I really can.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't want to spoil you on it because it is a thing to behold, but there will come a moment where we see her.
Yeah, okay. I am going to guess that Alice and Person X are 2 different characters, and it is very fucking funny. Things are starting to make sense. Okay, we can continue.
He ran his hand across his face and took a deep breath. Okay, you know how the Titanic sank on April 15th, 1912, right? We've been through all this.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
We established that this was one of your hyperfixations, yeah, so we know.
We know. We 100% know this. Worst maritime accident in history. I don't necessarily think that that's
Yeah, I think...
true.
Would the Halifax count as the Halifax explosion be worse? Would that count as a maritime disaster?
But that I'm not sure of. I don't know what the criteria for a maritime disaster
Because most of the people who died in that died on land, but it was a boat blowing up. That's a great disaster to read about. CJ has told me about that one many times. I mean, it's terrible, don't get me wrong, but it's fascinating, yeah. Did you hear about the boat that was sent to collect the dead bodies?
I think that was the RMS Carpathia was not sent to collect the dead bodies. And the Carpathia was not sent to collect the dead... Thank you, Seven. Thank you, Seven.
Come on, get your shit straight, Junpei. You're supposed to know all this. That was the ship that picked up the survivors.
Supposed to know all this.
The ship that collected the dead bodies was the CS McKay Bennett. McKay Bennett showed up at April 17th, 2 days after the accident. Set out from Halifax, a port in Canada, recovered 306 bodies. The Atlantic that far north was real cold. It would have to be for there to be icebergs and stuff. Anyway, the bodies they pulled out of the water there were frozen solid. By the way, I'm sorry for not putting as much gravel into Seven's voice, but my voice is already kind of half-shot, so I'm taking it easy on mine.
This isn't a very nice story. No, the story of the Titanic is not nice, Junpei. Get your shit together, sir.
Well, they say the McKay Bennett recovered something more than just dead bodies. There are various bits of stuff floating around in the water, things that the drowned had carried with them, or stuff dislodged as the ship sank. One of the things they found was a coffin.
A coffin? Yeah, see, this is the thing that I was starting to put together in my head. Me and you. Okay, because PB already knows the answer to this. No, I know that there is a coffin at the end of this game.
Yeah, it's very funny that we got to open the coffin before seeing this story, because this is setting up like a big red herring here.
I love accidentally getting an ending. I love accidentally doing shit like that. It's really funny.
Craftsman who made it must have been pretty skilled. It wasn't just a wooden coffin. It was all wood. No nails, no reinforcements, no gaps in the wood anywhere. It was airtight. Crew got pretty curious about what might be inside it. Opened it up. They had to get a wedge and hammer it open. It was so well made. Good Foley work. Inside,
Foley work.
They found a woman.
Hey!
I guess you could say they found the dead body of a woman.
Wait, I remember me, Leonardo DiCaprio pointing meme. I remember this art from the first escape room in this route.
This was in the there was art of her in the first escape room? I don't remember that.
I'm 95% sure.
I believe you. I absolutely believe you.
Okay, maybe it's not her, but it is similar enough here that I am like,
Her hair was thick and black, her skin rich brown with no blemishes or signs of decomposition. They said she looked gorgeous, like a goddess. She was obviously dead, but everybody who looked at her said she just looked like she was sleeping.
Yeah, weren't we talking about it like an Egyptian priestess or whatever?
Her skin was so lifelike, she looked like she could wake up at any minute. She didn't, though. Like the rest of the bodies they found, she was frozen solid. Eventually, the McKay Bennett finished searching and returned to Halifax. The 306 bodies were unloaded and taken to shore. However, it was warm enough that they began to thaw. They say the stink was horrible. But there was one body that didn't thaw, and that was...
the girl in the coffin.
That's right. Everybody thought for sure she'd melt and start to rot like the rest of them eventually. But weeks passed, nothing happened.
You're right, she is just eepy. Let her nap.
You know, when you get really cold and you just want to sleep longer, that's what happened to her. Then a month passed.
It's called
and
seasonal affective disorder.
Yeah, we've all been there. And it was summer, and she was still frozen solid. Either that or she's just following in the footsteps of lizards and snakes, you know? Or like frogs. Isn't that a thing? Where, like, you have lizards freeze and fall out of trees? Like, closer to, like, the tropics when it gets cold? I feel like I've heard of that.
That does sound right.
After a while, people started...
Also, correct. God forbid women do anything.
Yeah, I know, exactly. That is... If there's one through line through this series, it is God forbid women do anything.
Yep.
After a while, people started to say she was some sort of miracle. Rumors about her started to spread. People came to visit Halifax from all over. After a while, people started to call her All Ice. Alice.
It's very funny that we're having this conversation because I was just in Halifax last weekend.
Nice. Of course, rumors didn't last long.
Sleepy bitch syndrome. You're right.
She up and disappeared. One day, Alice was there, the next day she wasn't. I think she just got up and walked out.
She fucking walked out. If it sucks, hit the bricks.
Yep. They say someone snuck into where they were keeping her and stole the body. With the body gone, Rumors followed pretty quickly. After a while, no one could remember her. You might be able to find something about her if you could find a newspaper from back then, but that's about it.
Wait, you just said that she was on this boat.
Yes, I did. Alice has got to be somewhere on this ship.
Now, why the hell would you say something like that?
Because I know it.
And just what is it that you know?
What happened to Alice after she was stolen?
Alright, I'll bite here. What happened to Alice?
Seven nodded slowly, took on the look of a man recalling something long buried. Well, around that time, the word was there was a special black market in New York. All millionaires from all over the world. I've heard Alice went up for auction there. Of course, that year was the year that the Phantom Troop attacked the black market.
Oh, shit.
The person who won the auction was Lord Dashiell Gordane. You've heard that name before, right?
That? Lord Gordane? Isn't he the guy who bought the Gigantic? The Titanic sister ship?
That's him. Although I guess he hadn't done that yet.
What do you mean?
Gordane bought Alice in 1912. Then 4 years later in 1916, he bought the Gigantic. And he hid Alice somewhere aboard the Gigantic. But nobody knows where. He died in 1931. Apparently he died without ever telling anyone where Alice was hidden. However...
Oh. However, what?
Well, he did have one close friend who asked him, "Where's Alice?" And he said, "Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge beneath the navel of the Gigantic."
Okay, that's a fucking riddle.
Your guess is as good as mine. I agree, that's a fucking riddle. Devin threw up his hands in defeat. So that's it. Whatever you think, I believe it. She's hidden somewhere on the Gigantic.
My immediate response.
In other words, she's hidden somewhere on this ship. Before Junpei could dispute Seven's rather bizarre claim, as Junpei was trying to figure out what he was going to say next, Clover's shrill voice pierced the room.
Hey, what are you two doing over there? Stop wasting time and get over here.
Nothing, we're just comparing the sizes of our balls and I can confirm that mine are bigger. Okay, fine. We'll come on over there.
Jeez!
Seven looked at Junpei. Yeah, so anyway, that's the story. Might be useful someday. Don't forget it.
I saw that Tumblr post again that goes around about Zero escape games going on tangents and then Zero bringing that exact thing into the game later. And that's how I feel playing this route, right? Like, I'm like, you are giving me so much information that is immediately going to come back around at a random point in the future.
Yeah, no, Clover does have it rough here. Getting abandoned by the boys with the creepy body mannequins. Junpei was left behind to ponder what he'd just heard.
Alice, huh?
Tried to remember what June had told him earlier.
There it is. See? They were talking about a mummy.
That mummy wasn't just a normal mummy. They say that she was frozen. The story says from the time of the discovery all the way through when it got put on that Titanic. Even though it was carried through the desert, her body never melted. Then was that Egyptian... Or, wait, so that's Junpei.
That's true. You're so right, Runa. This is a second room with creepy operation aesthetics where Clover has had to leave Junpei and another person to have exposition and lore combos. So... yeah, see, I knew that there was a fucking thing that we had a conversation with June about some Egyptian lady who was mummified. And even though it's been over a month, I remember. Was that Egyptian priestess Alice? Did the water in her body become Ice 9? No, that's nuts. There's an... Okay, the game froze in such a way that I was
that's me clicking away to snooze an ad.
No, you're fine. I just was like, oh my god, Junpei's about to get fucking murdered
Whenever I click out of the game window, it pauses.
If
I want to do anything with chat or OBS, then the game will pause. I'm sure people have noticed that if they've been watching before and not known why.
No, that's nuts. There's no way someone like that could exist. So I guess now I'm sitting here going, does Junpei not make this connection if you don't do that room?
Yeah, I think...
he just kind of ponders on it for a second, goes, that's weird, and then leaves.
Yeah, I don't think we get into the Alice at all unless we went through door 4 first and talked to June about it. So we could bring up Ice 9.
Interesting.
I betcha.
This is some shit I'm gonna have to test out when I do, well, we'll see what happens. If we end up looking at the flowchart later.
Alright, anyway, back to the escape rooms.
Junpei, where are you going? I have to go sit in the hall and think about stuff.
That's the door we came through.
The only thing out there is the numbered door.
I'm pretty certain those are one-way deals, so...
You're saying there's no point to going back there, huh? And they're nodding. Awesome.
Alright, anyway.
So I did check, because I could not remember what the Titanic's actual sister ships' names were in real life.
Yeah.
You know, when you are obsessed with the Titanic as a young child, you do tend to throw the other twos out the window, kind of. In real life, the Titanic's sister ships were the Olympic and the Britannic. Not that I wouldn't believe that they named a ship the Gigantic, but it did seem a little bit on the nose.
I'd agree. This bed doesn't look very comfortable. Oh wait, I wanted to put the arm on the bed. An old hard bed. Oh yeah, we have liquids. You didn't figure out what to do with the liquids. Also, I know I did kill the sound on the game. I yanked my headphones out with my elbow because I was trying to take a bite of my dinner.
It'd be like that sometimes.
And now to get the sound back, I think I have to close the game out and open it back up again, so...
I dropped my fidget spinner in the ground. I don't remember what I was doing.
Truly a lament of people on Twitch streams and people in high school classes alike.
Yep. There was one call that I was on. I don't remember if it was a stream where I was fidgeting with something else and I just like squeaked when it flipped out of my hands. And I was like, sorry, I was fidgeting with a thing and it flipped out of my hands and hit the floor and everyone laughed at me. Kindly. They laughed at me kindly. We're all non-neurotypical. John is just lying there.
Damn it, John.
God damn it, John.
Where can we mix? Do we need to go back to the chemical room to mix our chemicals? Oh, there's a different direction here.
Oh, shit.
Preparation room.
That does not say preparation room.
Oh, it's fucking locked. Of course it is.
That says preparation room.
No, yeah, it says preparation room, but it is the preparation room.
I know it's a preparation room. It does say preparation.
Alright, back to the chemical room. I don't think there's anywhere we can mix chemicals
I don't think there's anything in there.
We need like a bottle or something, I guess.
There was a bowl on the tool table.
Bowl on the tool table, yeah. But no, that doesn't look useful. Apparently.
Oh, well, fuck you too.
Oh, do we need to combine the chest and the heart?
I was also going to say, can you combine the liquids here?
Oh, I bet we can, yeah. Back.
Oh, no, I guess not. Can you combine the chest and the arm?
Let's try that.
No.
Nope.
Okay, damn.
Nope.
I will also let John nap. It's true.
And you're sure we can't put the chest here? Oh, I guess we're still missing a body part that's in the preparation room. Which means we need to do something with the 2 bottles. Oh, let's try Oh, I might have just not had it up. That's probably it, yeah. Yep.
It's unlocked now!
Alright. Sure, we'll go down the creepy hallway. Oh, this is like a whole size room. What's in the drawer? A piece of paper. What's this? Ooh, new material added to the file screen. The medical record. Has records for 2 mannequins, John and Lucy. The record shows each mannequin's total weight and the weight of their individual parts.
I'm sure this will become relevant down the line.
I'm sure this will matter.
Me dead-eyed staring into the camera.
We'll come back to that later. Here's a mixing table. There are 4 different lights, 1 of each color. White, red, purple, and blue.
Ooh, okay. So now we can see something.
Yeah.
Okay, if we turn that light on. Well, if we turn the light on...
Then we have white.
It's white first. Oh. It just turns off. Okay. The white light on the top is glowing.
Yeah, but red, blue, and purple ones aren't lit.
Okay, if we put the red in there... It turned red!
Forget about that. Didn't you just hear that now?
No, I didn't, because the sound's gone.
But I bet we can now open this red locker.
Yeah. Let's open the red locker.
There's
a leg! Alright, let's put the blue liquid in there. I found a beaker! Baby girl, it's okay.
Blue.
It's blue now!
Now we can go open a locker. I don't know if we can just unlock all of them at once, but I'm gonna play it safe. Another leg! Just put all the shit in here. And now let's make purple.
Alright. I do love that the liquid level rises.
That's very good. I get it. Combine red and blue to make purple.
Good job, Junpei! I love the little jumping animation. Oh my god, Clover is so cute. The purple light came on and I heard it unlocked. I'm sure it's unlocked. The locker with the purple plate has gotta be unlocked. Okay, let's see what happened. She's so fucking cute.
She is.
I love...
Because she hasn't seen Snake's dead body yet.
Energy. I love seeing her have energy. It looks like a nose.
It does look like a nose. But it's a tummy.
This is a really big nose!
I thought Clover might say that. That's no nose. It's a stomach.
Oh, a stomach. That's like way more boring. If you, by the way, I need to go get a glass of water. If you want to restart the game.
Yeah, sure. Let's take a 5-minute break here. Now that we've gathered all the body parts.
It's really quick. It's really quick. I'm so thirsty. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I will send us to BRB. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Alright. Game audio should be fixed. Let me make sure
Here we
still
go.
have my Twitch chat locked. Boom. Alright, we are back, chat. Let's go finish this escape room off. Oh, that's a locked door.
Another one? Do you think this is the exit?
Probably. We just need to get the right key. Alright, let's go play with a mannequin.
Reassemble Lucy.
Yeah, let's put Lucy back together.
Okay, so we've collected the 6 parts of the medical mannequin. So the ones we've got must be for Lucy, right? Yeah!
Sounds like it.
Well, I say we give Lucy her parts back. A hilarious way of phrasing that sentence. Any objections? Nope!
Agreed.
Alright, let's get started. Come on! Oh, there's a number on here.
51 kg? What's this? Is this the weight?
Well, we were just stacking body parts on it, so it makes sense that it'd be the weight. We have to switch the hearts, don't we?
Yeah.
Hey! Nothing happened.
That's odd. Maybe it's the wrong weight.
Wait? Yeah, well, you know how there's a scale on the side of the bed? Maybe we need to get the scale to a specific number. Yes, we have the medical record, Junpei.
We have a medical record, Junpei?
I think we're supposed to swap her body parts with John's.
Alright, let's give it a shot. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay. Oh, wow, look, they color-coded it for our convenience.
Let's see, let's go back and look at our target weights.
Yeah.
Because I didn't write them down.
If I had my phone, I would take a picture of this. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I have a snipping tool.
Uh-huh. So we want John to be
decides he wants to
51.3 and Lucy to be 53.2.
Alright,
Let me know.
also hold it.
Let me know when you have a snip of that.
I'm just gonna take a snip of the whole fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, there we go. Got it.
Alright, perfect.
Put it over on my other screen so that I can see it.
Alright, let's start by swapping their hearts, because that feels thematic.
That puts us at...
Let's see, that raises her by 3.2.
So, that puts her weight at 51.3 and John's weight at so John is supposed to be 51.3 and Lucy is supposed to be 53.2.
Oh, so we just need to swap every single part. So we keep the hearts the same and then we swap everything else.
Try it. Let's see. There we go. That's so silly.
That's very silly. Hey, Junpei, I heard something. Came from John's operating table. Let's go check it out. Alright. That didn't take as long as I was worried it was going to.
The lid on the scale? Oh, it's the Jupiter key! Okay, now I can close the snip so that I can see chat again. Hi chat, we're back. Oh,
Looks like we might be having
opened.
some... Sorry, the stream... I was getting some red down at the bottom of the little, like, stream indicator. Are we getting some choppy stream? Are we okay? Anyway, let's grab that key.
Yeah, it must have opened because we matched John's weight to the weight on the chart. Oh.
Alright, let's get the fuck out of here.
Probably have to go immediately into another escape room because I know how this game works.
With
Yep,
another
here we
good
go.
long diversion. Hey, hold on. Junpei stopped, about to put the key in the doorknob.
What's up?
Where's Clover?
Huh?
Junpei turned around. Clover was nowhere to be seen. She's very sneaky.
God damn it, where the hell did she go? Okay, just hold on a minute, I'll go get her.
Sure thing. Junpei left Seven at the door and headed back to the operating room. He found her standing next to the operating table. She was staring at the mannequin.
Clover? What's wrong? Come on, let's get out of here.
Let's see, do you want to be Junpei or Clover for this conversation? Because you shouldn't have to do both.
I'll be Junpei.
Alright. She didn't respond. If she hadn't been standing up and breathing, Junpei might have thought she was dead.
Jesus. What are you doing? Hold on a second. What you doing? Sorry. Did you want to come back here and say goodbye to John?
It was a pretty bad joke, but it was something. An attempt to lighten the mood. Clover didn't laugh. Sometimes the girlies don't want to laugh.
Sometimes the girlies don't want to laugh.
She stood stock still and said nothing.
Clover, can you hear me?
Maybe it was something he said.
Clover, can you hear me? Boom, ba-doom, boom, ba. Sorry,
Maybe it was something else. Her mouth opened and she whispered in a dry, dead voice. My brother. He might be dead.
Huh?
That's why we couldn't find him. If Beast is dead, I'm gonna be next.
What? Holy shit!
Hey, you're getting applause for your impression, Mac. Good job.
Thank you. I fucking loved Phineas and Ferb as a child and also as an adult, so I'm glad that hit.
Suddenly, the operating room felt very, very cold.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Pause 1 second. I actually don't know how old you are, Mac. I feel like we're around the same age, but I have no clue which of us is older.
Hold on a second. I know that I've done like 5 references in the last 10 minutes, but I need to do another one. I'm 27.
Okay, I'm 28.
Yeah, so we're around the same age.
But I am a year older because, I just missed Phineas and Ferb. And I think part of that was I lost cable television at the age of 7, and I stopped being able to watch cartoons for several years. So I didn't watch Avatar as it was coming out, or anything that came after that on Nickelodeon.
I won't lie, I only watched Phineas and Ferb because I happened to catch an episode in a waiting room somewhere, or it was playing on a TV at a literally I think it was in a mall. And I watched an episode on a TV in the mall, and I was like, hey, this is pretty funny. So I started catching, because I remember seeing the ads for it, but was I don't think this is something I'd be interested in. And then I watched an episode and I was like, this is funny. And oh, you know why I thought it was in a mall is because the episode that I watched is the one where they do a fucking cattle drive through a mall.
Of course.
But I know it wasn't at home. I know I watched the episode not at home.
Yeah.
And it was it was early because it was in the first season while it was first airing. So I started catching up with all the episodes as they aired, and I just enjoyed the fuck out of it. It was great.
Hell yeah. I think actually a lot of my references more make me sound like I'm in my mid-30s because I grew up on The Simpsons and Futurama, because my brother, who is in his mid-30s, was really into The Simpsons, and then I picked up Futurama after that.
That's fair. See, here's my Simpsons story. Sorry, complete sidetrack.
No, that's it. If the game's going to do it, we get to do it too.
My apology is to chat. I think the first episode of The Simpsons that I ever saw was the one where they ripped off the fly.
A Treehouse of Horror.
And that scared the shit out of me at age 5. And I never watched The Simpsons again.
There's a different Treehouse of Horror where the adults at the school start eating the kids, and that one is truly terrifying.
Oh god.
That one was terrifying at 13 or 14 when I watched it.
Yeah. I also stopped watching Cyber Chase at a young age. Don't ask me why. I have blocked out the memories of the episode that scared me from Cyber Chase.
I had a super sheltered childhood. The Simpsons was the edgiest thing I watched up until age 14 or 15.
That's fair.
And then CJ was traumatized by her family showing her arachnophobia when she was a little kid.
Oh.
Which, that is a movie that has spawned a lot of actual arachnophobia in people.
Yeah, I believe that. My parents were not, like... My parents didn't, like, shelter me as a child. Like, not really. But, like, they were careful about the stuff that I watched.
I got told I couldn't play Super Smash Bros. At age 12 with my friends because it was too violent.
The only show that my mother never wanted me to watch was Ed, Ed, and Eddie because she didn't like the way that the kids acted. Which I think was fair. It did not stop me from watching it.
Oh, of course, no, it just makes it all the sweeter.
Yeah, but that was the only thing that my mom was actively like, I don't think you should... And she would always be like, I don't think you should watch that. She never, like, really stopped me from watching it. But, yeah. But I also didn't, like, try to watch anything that was outside of my age range.
Yeah.
You know
I can tell you
like,
the first R-rated movie I ever watched was Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles is really good. I'm trying to think of what the first R-rated movie that I ever saw was, because it was very late in life.
Yeah, no, I watched that again at, like, age probably 15 or 16, I want to say. I got The Dark Knight as a Christmas present at age, like, 13, and my parents were like, we're not going to let you watch that yet.
I remember my dad and I were watching a Monty Python documentary. And at that point, I had seen, like, a season's worth of Flying Circus and The Holy Grail multiple times. And they showed a clip from Life of Brian, where, like, Brian, like, opens up the window and is, like, dick out.
Yeah.
And both my dad and I flinched.
Let's see.
I didn't know it was there, and Dad forgot that it was there.
I can tell you the first penis I ever saw on the big screen was the Simpsons movie. With an absolutely iconic joke. Where Bart has to skateboard naked through town, and they keep, having conveniently placed bushes and stuff so that you're not seeing the nudity, and then he goes through a fence where you can only see his dick. It's a very good joke, and it's also a shocking joke for a PG-13 movie.
It's funny because I've seen the Simpsons movie, and I don't remember that at all.
I remember that because I saw it in the theater with my family.
Oof.
Let's see, I also saw Avenue Q as a teenager with my parents at the university. The local university was putting it on, and that was a fun thing to watch with my parents and like a couple people I knew from church a couple seats over.
You know what I saw with my parents, which I definitely, it's artfully done, I think, so it's fine. American Idiot on Broadway.
Oh, is that a Green Day musical? I don't know my musicals for the most part.
No, it's fine. It's the adaptation of the American Idiot album where they have a scene that is metaphorically depicting the two characters shooting heroin and then having sex. It's great. It's really cool. They're not obviously doing it.
Yeah. My mom walked downstairs once when I was an older teenager, like 17 or 18, watching the first couple episodes of BoJack Horseman.
Oh boy. Yeah,
where he's having sex with a human woman, and she was just like, what the fuck are you watching?
This literally happened recently where I watched something with my parents and I was like, that might not have been the most comfortable thing I've ever done.
My dad does enjoy It's Always Sunny, though, and would watch it with me and my brother.
Yeah.
So, it's funny, the things that were horribly embarrassing and the things that my parents were like, oh, actually, this is good.
Yeah. I'm more chill about watching stuff with my mom than I am my dad because my mom's very, chill, and especially as I've gotten older, my mom, stopped censoring herself completely when I hit about 18 or 19. So she, swears, she, talks frankly about stuff. It's great. My dad's still a little bit more, tight-laced, though. Yeah. So I would be more weird about watching something with my dad than I would be about my mom. Let me look at
It's funny, I grew up in a very much...
The Simpsons and also the Power Rangers. God bless.
Also, was Jurassic Park rated R? I thought that was one of the classic Steven Spielberg PGs, even though it should, because PG-13 didn't exist yet.
pretty
I guess
sure
I could
that
see it
there's a
being
bunch
R.
of... Actually, wait a second. What's Spaceballs rated?
I think that's PG-13. Feels like it has all the demarcations of a PG-13.
I'm checking really quick.
Because I feel like most Mel Brooks is PG-13. I guess Blazing Saddles was R, so maybe not.
It is... Spaceballs is rated PG?
Yep, again, for that era before PG-13 existed, Jaws was rated PG.
No, that one's... Yeah, that's... I saw Spaceballs before I ever saw Star Wars. Fun fact.
I feel like you're not the only one. I, of course, grew up on the prequels.
Yeah, my parents, we watched Spaceballs, and the opening crawl where they do the really long ship thing, and my dad and I was like, what is the point of that? Because satires, movies like that are really funnier when you see the thing, when you understand the things that they're ripping off.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is that referencing? And my dad was like, oh, that's referencing Star Wars. And so after we watched Spaceballs, we watched the first Star Wars movie, and that was history. Anyway, should we go back to our escape room?
Yeah, sure, let's go back to our escape room. What do you think the first R-rated movie Clover watched was?
All R-rated movies have flown out of my head.
I feel like it was probably
I will say the first R-rated movie that I remember watching and know was R-rated was The Hangover, which I watched at a sleepover with my friends.
I feel like
it was like, oh, we're watching The Hangover. But I'm sure that I've seen an R-rated movie that my parents had seen before and wanted to show me, and were like, it's not so bad that we can't show our teenage daughter this.
Misery. I can definitely see Misery. It would definitely be something that Snake picked out. Probably to mess with her a little bit, but also have fun. So, like, a horror movie that is scary, but also, like, not the highest end of scary. Scary? Maybe Scream or something like that.
Oh my god.
No,
In
wait.
fairness...
Nightmare on Elm Street? No. Is that rated R?
Quite possibly. In fairness, I couldn't do horror at all. Like, my parents knew that. I was afraid of the Rugrats as a 3-year-old because there's an episode where one of Tommy's toys goes down the drain, and I became deathly afraid that I was going to go down the drain to the point that my preschool teacher had to intervene and give my mother... I was extremely autistic as a child. I was extremely autistic as a child. Underworld is a good shout, actually. My mom loved Underworld, so I remember seeing like bits of it because she would be like, "Okay, this movie is too violent for you, but I do want you to see this scene." And she showed me the opening of Underworld as a kid.
Going back to parody.
That was an early gay awakening. Anyway,
going back to parodies being your knowledge of the thing. Pretty much every famous horror movie I know from the Simpsons parody of it. And over the last few years, I've watched a good number of all the classic horrors. But for a long time, like, all of my knowledge of Nightmare on Elm Street, The Shining, shoot, I'm trying to think of what other ones have classic Treehouse of Horror parodies, but all of that was just Simpsons. Yeah, The Fly.
The Fly. I started reading horror before I only started watching horror in like the last 2 years, literally. Because like my suspension of disbelief was like non-existent until I was like 19. I was afraid of Doctor Who episodes as like a late teenager. I slept with the lights on for 2 days after watching Silence in the Library.
Yeah,
like,
Doctor Who went from like super, super, super corny to some of the scariest shit you've ever seen.
Oh god, I know.
And some of the new Who.
There's
Weeping Angels is a classic modern horror.
God, it's so good. There's some stuff that I'm still superstitious of. Like, I got told about The Ring too young. And I had to watch it for a film class when I was in college, and I literally, like, went to the screening so that I would, like, count for attendance and did not watch the movie because I was so scared. It's like, no, we're not doing that. We did it for Once Miss Wonders, I think, and I was like, technically, I've never seen this movie. However, I still refuse to. And that's all superstition. I know it's not real. But
the movie says.
Anyway, But the movie says,
The movie says if you watch the scary thing, then you die in 3 days, and then it shows you the scary thing. That's a fucked up thing to do.
Yeah. I discovered that I like horror because I realized that most good horror movies do not have jump scares in them.
Or if
they
do, they use like one or two, maybe. You know?
One or two, maybe.
Like, I don't think The Thing properly hits jump scare territory, but it definitely comes close, and I love The Thing.
I loved The Thing. That was one of the first ones I ever saw. Oh shit, I was gonna say something else about horror movies, and I forget what it was.
Let's see, I will say my last thing about horror movies, and then we really should go back to the game, is...
should go back to the game.
My favorite recent horror movie that I've watched, which I've watched like a couple times in the last few years, is Ready or Not, which is a much more in the line of a horror comedy.
Yeah, that looks really good.
It's woman marries into a family that's gotten rich off of board games, and then discovers that she's going to be hunted for sport by the family.
Oh my god, it's so
And so
wild.
she is spending her wedding night fighting off this awful rich family. It's in the same kind of thematic genre of Fuck the Rich as, like, Knives Out.
Yeah.
Highly, highly recommend. There's a couple scenes that are a little bit squeamish, but it has a beautifully cathartic ending.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. This is my last thing, and it's because it's Moonshot related. I was really, really bummed when I found out that Wikipedia was part of an ARG. Because it was so perfectly my exact genre of...
I have read so many horror movie Wikipedias.
That's all I do, and I was like, yes, I do want to listen to Andrew read about a horror movie on Wikipedia, and I didn't actually listen to the podcast, and then I found out like a year and a half later it was for the ARG, and I was like, god damn it.
Mighty Carrick, what you're talking about, that sounds like something marketing they did for maybe like a Hitchcock movie, I want to say, also, where they had you like take out life insurance policies or something. I might be wrong about that.
Oh yeah, that is...
Also, Dark Rising, I will check out your recommendation there, because Detention with Josh Hutcherson sounds... It honestly sounds like the name of a real person fanfic. But that's just because I have Trapped in an Island with Josh Hutcherson in the back of my head.
I also see the recommendation for Thanksgiving if you like gore, and I will have to see...
Yeah, I'm not huge on gore. I'm okay with body horror, but not gore.
I'm the opposite.
That's a weird... Like, I love the stuff in The Thing, and I think half of the reason I love all the stuff in The Thing is it's all practical effects, and you can tell, and you're just like, oh, they had so much fun making this.
Yeah. I discovered I really liked The Thing. I don't really like Cronenberg. I watched Videodrome, and I was like, okay, this might be too much for me,
I have yet to be brave enough to try Cronenberg.
I will say Videodrome is like... It's like
time
very
travel in that's weird in the best way. Alright, now you're talking my language, Dark Rising. Now you're talking my language.
I will say, if you want to give Cronenberg a try, I would say Videodrome is probably a really good one to watch.
Anyway, what are you talking about? What's wrong with you?
Shit.
You gave her a small shake, but she still didn't respond. ... The silence grew heavier.
Junpei...
What do you want to do?
What? Oh, of course I'm going to give her the 4-leaf clover.
We're not just going to tell her we need to leave? Yeah, of course we're going to give her the 4-leaf clover.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't know why, but suddenly Junpei remembered something he'd been given earlier.
It's in my pocket somewhere. Ah, here it is.
He reached into his pocket and dug it out.
A 4-leaf clover.
Santa had given it to him in the second classroom. He held it out to Clover.
Hey, did you know? Each leaf means something. Apparently. Hope, faith, love, and luck. That's what a 4-leaf clover stands for. Here, you take it. Use it as a good luck charm.
He pressed it into her hand.
Listen to me, Clover. Oh my god, I'm your brother now. No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love. If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck. What the
Junpei, did you hear this at Christian Bible camp? Because this sounds like a Christian Bible camp saying.
Yeah, clover for a clover. You're so right, Nine. Snake, I mean, your brother. Oh, Junpei. He's alive somewhere. I'm sure of it. You've just got to believe in that.
Yeah, there's a dead body that's going to look like him, but it's not going to be him. We've already been through this. ... exclamation point! Clover stared at the four-leaf clover in her hand. He could see tears start to form at the corners of her eyes. Thank you. Her voice was tiny and broken as she spoke, and she started to cry. She tried to hide her tears by looking at the floor, but it did little good. She wiped away the tears with the baggy arms of her jacket, but more quickly took their place. No matter how she tried, she couldn't stop crying.
Oh my god, Junpei, hug her.
Her tears made small wet circles on the floor. Thank you. She said it again.
I know he's not going to, but...
Then she looked up at Junpei and seemed to choke down the last of her grief.
You know, I'm gonna hold you to it if it turns out my brother is dead.
I'm just machine item deals. All it takes is faith and trust and a little bit of pixie. I can't say that here.
Wait, no, that's not how the saying goes. Whoops, sorry, let me take that one again.
Yep, she did her best to smile. Junpei wiped an errant tear from her cheek with his thumb and gave her the best smile he could manage.
No, come on. Seven's waiting for us at the exit.
But still, she didn't move. Wait, before we go, there's one thing I want to ask you.
What's that?
Well, what do you think of when you hear the word experiment?
Oh, shit, dude.
It's my prose. Then he came back to his senses and realized the word meant nothing to him besides its dictionary definition. I've been there.
What?
Oh, I guess it was just a coincidence then. I mean, you knew about the four-leaf clover?
Okay, I don't want to be a jerk, so I'm really sorry. You are making less than no sense right now.
Oh, no. It's nothing. Just forget about it.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no.
What?
Oh, Mac has made connections.
What connections have you made, Mac?
Mac has made so many connections.
What connections have you made?
Okay, these were connections that I made back in Route 1, right?
Uh-huh.
Where I said, okay. Chat, I don't remember if I said this on stream. I'm saying it out loud now.
I'm going to guess no, but go for it.
I said back during Route 1 that I was pretty sure that Santa's sister had been involved in whatever the first nonary game was. Or had been involved in some way with the pharmaceutical company. And that's why Santa was on the ship. Because very clearly all of the people, well, most of the people, some of the people on the ship were selected in certain ways. I also said that because I know that there is, well, I'm going to throw that one out, actually, because I'm less certain about that. So, Clover saying that after we got the four-leaf clover from Santa and her saying, you know about the experiment, leads me to believe that Clover and subsequently Snake know more about the shit that happened last time or the things that happened in the interim relating to Santa's sister.
And we did establish in Route 1, in our first playthrough, that Snake had been in the nonary game.
Snake had been in the nonary game.
Which is why he had the grudge against Ace. Yeah.
And we also know from the first route, from that third escape room that we did with Santa, that Santa's sister was sick. And she died.
Yes.
So connections.
Mm-hmm. Good connections.
The thing about the theory is that there's no, like, end point to it, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, these are just ideas ruminating
Yeah,
in my
no.
head. But there are ideas that have been ruminating in my head since the first route, and I am, like, more sure now.
Yes, the conspiracy board slowly congeals.
The conspiracy board slowly congeals.
No, you've put together a lot, and there's still a lot left to learn, is what I will say.
I know. There's still so much shit happening with 7 that I don't know anything about. What is this experiment you were talking about?
Clover looked away, 4-leaf clover still in her hand. She stared at it for a long moment and then finally spoke. You promise you won't tell anyone?
Cross my heart.
Really?
Really.
I can trust you, right?
Of course you can. I am gonna tell you right now, I am not breaking this girl's fucking trust.
Clover slipped the 4-leaf clover into her pocket. Her eyes still red from crying, she looked up at Junpei. Okay then, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened on this ship 9 years ago.
Holy shit!
I'm just gonna take that as your Junpei line. Yep. This ship... He was entirely lost. He had 1,000 questions, but it was probably best he thought to save them until Clover had finished. It was an experiment to test some sort of psychic thing. Communicating through these fields you can't see?
Fields that you can't see. Oh, shit.
He'd heard of something like this before.
It would be really funny if... I'm assuming that this conversation doesn't happen if you didn't do the first escape room, because he's heard about something like this.
We only got here because we had the 4-leaf clover to give her.
Yeah.
Which we could only do by doing the other escape room, so that guarantees that we had that discussion about the morphogenic field already.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, this game is insane.
Like, think about this. She pointed at the operating table. On top of it was a somewhat mismatched medical mannequin whose parts had been swapped with another mannequin. This is John, right? But is he really John? All Junpei could think was she's finally completely lost it. Isn't this like Lock Socks? Or the Ship of Theseus?
There we go. I'm more familiar with the Ship of Theseus, yes.
Junpei grew even more confused. He'd never heard of either of those things, although they sounded smart. You know what we haven't done yet? We have played this far through this visual novel without someone bringing up Schrodinger's cat, and I just want to give applause to this game for doing that. Just because it seems like every single visual novel I play that's like a mystery, we talk about Schrodinger's cat.
Oh yeah. Niels, this is why we're doing it this way, because I love doing this shit. I am going in completely blind. I am not letting anyone spoil this for me. I am having so much goddamn fun.
Yeah. I am sorry Jacqueline isn't here to also enjoy this, but I'm sure she can enjoy coming back for the pod.
We're gonna have to tell Jacqueline to come back for this pod.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, fucking have I forgotten. It's just the next game we talk a lot about Schrodinger's cat.
Phoebe, remind me after we finish, I have to ask you a question.
I need something more specific than that, so we will actually remember what it is.
Yeah, I'll remember, don't worry.
Okay. You don't know? You haven't heard of those paradoxes?
Oh, you haven't heard? No.
Really? Clover laughed. I'm smarter than you. Okay, well pay attention then. This is how lock socks work.
I've never actually heard of lock socks before, so this is interesting.
Let's say I've got a pair of socks. They're my favorite socks. One of them gets a hole in it. What would you do if that was your sock?
Patch it up. Well, I guess I'd patch it up. Get some cloth and close up the hole.
But what if another hole opens?
Add another patch, I guess.
And then another?
Another patch, I guess?
Well, let's say you keep just adding patches, until eventually the original cloth of the sock is totally gone. Once you get to that point, can you really say they're the same socks you started with?
Well, that's definitely based on personal opinion.
Junpei crossed his arms.
So that's the lock socks thing.
Yeah. Ship of Theseus is a lot like it. Ship of Theseus. If you keep fixing the damaged parts of a ship, eventually it ends up with none of the parts it started with. Can you really say the ship is the same one you started with? And what if you took all the old parts from the first ship and built another one somewhere else? Then which ship is the real ship of Theseus? The one you repaired, or the one you built with all the original parts? It was an interesting question. Clover could see Junpei was intrigued. You think it's the same?
What's the same?
These guys. Is this John, or is it Lucy now? Junpei looked at the operating table again.
That's not the same thing with people. You didn't swap the heads.
I just took us to the wrong screen.
I am gonna make the argument and the claim right now that if the brain yeah, exactly. John's head and heart are both his, so that's John. Regardless of what his body looks like, his head, his mind is still his own.
Is that mannequin really John? We're just
if
like
it's
these
a
mannequins.
mannequin, that's a different thing. But if it's a human person, if your brain, you could put your brain somewhere else.
Junpei, think about it.
That's the thing. Yeah, Niels, I did retract the thing about the mannequin itself. If John was a real human person, then my argument stands.
The cells in our body change every day. Old ones die, new ones are born. Maybe part of my arm is made of stuff from a fish I ate once. Or maybe part of your right side is made from a cow you ate. If you take it a little further, those cows and fishes are made of something else entirely too, right? That's how we're all connected. We're all stardust, you know? Think about it.
Oh, God.
We all only exist because of supernovas. Through fields that can't be seen through the naked eye.
I love when the game decides what is and isn't bolded.
Uh-huh. What the hell is taking you two so long? Seven's head appeared in the doorway. He was not happy. How long are you gonna make me fucking wait? We're on a time limit here.
Clover was telling me something like really important, Seven. Jesus Christ.
Junpei and Clover looked at each other. Clover looked at Junpei as if to say there was more she wanted to tell him. She shook her head. Whatever she had to tell him, she didn't want to tell him in front of Seven. Seven caught on. What were you two doing? Was it some kind of secret meeting? Do you have like a secret society? Can I join? No, it wasn't. We were just playing with the mannequins? Huh? Let's go, Junpei. Moving a little too fast to be entirely innocent, Clover headed for the exit. Seven stared after her, then turned to Junpei with an amused expression. Playing with mannequins, huh? Didn't know you were into that kind of thing, Junpei.
Fuck off, Seven. You're a dick.
Junpei dashed past him and traced Clover's path out of the door. The short laugh Seven followed.
God damn it, we were so close to having more info about what the fuck is going on, Seven.
She didn't want to say info, Seven. Is it because 7, 8, 9? No, that's who killed 9. It was 7. Jupiter key time.
Alright, I'm gonna open it now. Is that cool?
Don't keep asking, just do it. You could have left me the key and I could have left like 10 minutes ago.
Fine then.
Door open. The door opened with a soft, melancholy creak. Beyond it lay a simple white hallway. There's no fanfare or confetti. Obviously, there was no one to applaud them. They simply walked through the door. That was it.
Alright, let's get going.
What is up with you, man? You're so serious, you know? Can't you sound more happy, you know? Get a little excited?
Not really.
Come on, man. It's just a death game. Junpei turned away from Seven and took his first step down the simple white hallway. My brother might be dead. I'm going to be next. Clover told him only a few minutes before her brother was probably dead. She was likely to follow him.
Like hell I can. Not after hearing something like that. We found it.
We found it. It only took us, what, 2 hours?
Okay, in fairness, we got so sidetracked.
They left the operating room. The hallway took them around several corners and past several doors, but they were all locked. Their game?
Game?
Game froze.
Game froze.
Oh no. Tragic.
We can never escape.
We can never escape now. Honestly, I am already starting to crash a little bit. And my voice is tired, so I might say we call it here, if you're okay with that, Mac.
Yeah, that's fine.
It feels like an omen.
Yeah, this is defo an omen. I always take game freezes as a sign. Like, hey, maybe you should be done now.
Alright, well then, thanks for joining us, folks. We'll hopefully be back next week, same time. Hopefully we'll get Jacqueline back next time. But yeah, I think that's it for us.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Alright, anything you want to close out with, Mac?
No. I think I've already said most of the stuff that I was thinking.
Yep, anything you want to plug?
In terms of my, no, not right now. I'm taking a break from a lot of shit, so this is like my only regular thing.
Yep. Same.
Watch Kamen Rider.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, hey, go play To the Moon and its sequels, because I just found out that there's a third game in that series that I have not played that came out like 2 years ago, so I'm gonna go play that. To the Moon is a game that will make you cry.
Damn. I didn't know there were sequels.
Yeah, there's a sequel called Finding Paradise, which I remember very little about, so it must not have been as good, but it was still solid.
Mm-hmm.
And then this third one is like a time loop murder mystery, ? So I'm very much into that. Alright, well, good night, folks.
Good night.